Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Tvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunaраhitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Welcome back to the Blissful Athlete, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Shri Nithyananda. For those of you who do not know me, ordained Nithyananda Yoga Acharya and disciple of Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam since 2013. So it's been a long time, 7 years or so. And I haven't planned anything for this video. Somebody had asked me the other day during one of my yoga classes, saying, what was it like living with Swamiji? What was it like living in the ashram? And I just had this deer in the headlights moment where I was just like in shock. I didn't know how to respond because there's so much to actually talk about. And at the same time, it's all kind of beyond words. For those of you who do not know, I grew up in Canada, was not at all attracted to Hinduism, was not interested in spirituality in any way. But when I hit a really deep depression in 2012, I was finally open to spirituality. And I got to a point where I was like really craving experiencing God, to experience the divine. And I was reading so much and watching so many videos on spirituality, spending hours and hours on meditation every day. And eventually Swamiji came into my life, and I jumped and went to India and took his program, Inner Awakening, came back, continued playing ice hockey, which was my profession at the time. And then again, the next off season, I went to India, and I just had this deep craving to be around him more and more. I could just sit in his presence and just melt in the space of gratitude. To be around him, I often described as, it's almost like being around a sauna or like a heater. You know, you just feel the heat. You can really feel his energy, especially if you're somebody that's attuned to energy in some ways. It's something that you can tap into and experience. And so to say what it was like to live with him in his ashram, it's beyond words. When you go to live with him in his ashram, it is literally an enlightenment ecosystem. No longer is it about you focusing on manifesting wealth in your life or improving your relationships with your family members, working on your health in an environment where you're in this matrix. It's all focused towards enlightenment. When you are living in his ashram, it is about you becoming enlightened yourself and having that manifest through working on the mission. And you'll find this with every guru. They all have their mission, and a disciple's path, their journey to enlightenment, is by involving themselves in that mission as well. And what you don't see a lot of with Swamiji and his satsang, sometimes you'll catch moments of it, this ferociousness. His ferociousness is what allows that to happen, because so many times people will come up to him during programs or whatnot, and I've seen this again and again, asking questions and expecting like a soft answer, an answer that's going to comfort them. And he says that he can't give you the exact answer that would truly help you, because the ferociousness that you need would scare you away. And in the ashram, you would get that ferociousness in those moments that you need it. And just to give you some context, when the Buddha got enlightened, for instance, he was sitting beneath a banyan tree. It was his integrity that when he declared, "I'm not moving until I become enlightened. His integrity is what manifested his enlightenment. And integrity is a key tattva, key principle that Swamiji teaches and really demands out of his disciples, for you to be integrated, not only to your word, to your actions, to everything. Integrity is a power that helps you manifest that enlightened state of consciousness. The problem is we feel that integrity is something that we have to continuously work towards, but when we say that we're going to get up and do morning yoga, for instance, but we miss it, we, rather than reestablish this sense of powerfulness, we pick up guilt. Rather than saying, oh, I'm just going to drop that, I'm going to step into this again, and I'm going to manifest this reality. I'm going to get up for morning yoga and retain this sense of powerfulness. Rather than that, we pick up guilt. And when you pick up guilt, that's the ultimate way to run away from the master and hide from his enlightening you. And so the importance of integrity is a key component of being his disciple. And I can tell you that when you declare integrity, whether that's to guru, to yourself, to God, however you connect to the divine, it is the most empowering principle possible. My wife and I, we would sleep literally 3.5 hours a night because we had to be up at 3:30 to wake up everybody else in the ashram to make sure that they were attending yoga. And then we would teach yoga. And then we'd be completely busy throughout the whole day doing various different yoga projects, working one-on-one with Swamiji, with our team, and doing so many different things, whether it was the Guinness World Records that we had hosted, the 10 different yoga teacher trainings that we conducted, all the various different programs that were run there. We were an intimate part of. And what made me the being that I am today is my just integrity to Swamiji, and the expansion that happened because of that is beyond comprehension. I know there's a lot of people that have gone to the ashram and have ended up leaving. There's one thing that I would say that these individuals missed out on was the importance of integrity, but I think it was also the context of why they went there was wrong. There's an interesting story. There's these three people that are living in a psych ward. And they've been in there for some time, and they approach the head warden and they say, "Hey, we want to leave. We think we're ready to go. Like we're healed." And so the warden goes, "Okay, come back tomorrow and I'll give you guys a test and we'll see if you can leave." And so the next day, these three individuals go and see the warden. The warden takes them outside to this pool, and he tells them to climb up to the top of the ladder, and they look down and the pool is empty. And the warden says to the first person, "Okay, jump." And so the person looks down and he jumps in and he breaks his leg. Then the next person, the warden says, "Okay, jump." And he looks down and he jumps in and he breaks his leg too. And then the third person at the top of the diving board is told to jump. And he says, "No, I won't do it. I won't jump." And the warden's like, "Oh, okay, awesome. You passed the test." And the next day when he's signing out this person out of the psych ward, he says, "Okay, one last question. What's the reason why you didn't jump? I just need you to verbalize it." And the person says, "Oh, I can't swim. I don't know how to swim." So this individual in the psych ward, he made the right decision to not jump into the pool, but it was the wrong reason. Context wasn't right. There's a lot of people that go to a master and it's the right reason. It's the right thing to do, right decision. Right decision, wrong reason. That's what I'm looking for. It's the right decision, but the reason was wrong. So if you go to a master with a different context in mind, thinking, oh, you're going to be just sitting around and meditating all day with Swamiji, or you're just going to be able to walk around the ashram and do whatever you want. And you have this own idea of what enlightenment is and what that process is. Maybe you went to the ashram because you just wanted to get away from your family, really. Maybe you just wanted to run away from your bills. All these different reasons. It's the right decision to go, but it was the wrong reason. And what happens is the fire of integrity, it burns those patterns away. You cannot be around an enlightened being without the context of you becoming enlightened. You are in his very ecosystem, and it's a twofold. It's very intense, but at the same time, that there's moments of just sheer bliss. There's no doubt that the top 100 greatest moments of my life all happened in his ashram, and I can't sing the praises enough of what that experience really truly meant to me and to so many others as well. What Swamiji's doing is absolutely amazing. He is the supreme pontiff of Hinduism. So if you don't understand what that means, the Mahamandaleshwara, it's equivalent to like the Pope in Catholicism, only higher. And in this position, he's reestablishing the authenticity of not just yoga, but everything within Sanatana Hindu Dharma, everything that's under that umbrella. And unfortunately, over the years, the decades, the centuries, Hinduism has been attacked again and again and again. And Swamiji's stood up and he's taken full responsibility for reviving Sanatana Hindu Dharma to the fullest extent. And he takes a lot of abuse from a lot of different corners in the world, from a lot of people hiding behind their laptops, but he still just stands with utmost integrity to that mission. And he's even started a nation, an e-nation known as Shri Kailasa, that does have land and will eventually be a nation with full land itself. And even today, he just announced that this is a democracy that everybody, every Hindu can be involved in. If you're interested in taking part in that, he allows each individual to vote on certain rules. And today was that one of the first voting ever, and that was, should vegetarian or non-vegetarian food be the staple? Should non-vegetarian food be offered, whether that's in Hindu rituals or just anything associated to a Hindu practice? And so people had that opportunity to vote. So if you are practicing Hindu, I'll put that here. You can vote at kailasa.org/kailasa-voting-1. So the first ever vote on whether you think that there should be vegetarian or non-vegetarian food offered. Naturally, as for me, somebody that practices ahimsa, I'm just speaking completely for myself in this moment. I practice ahimsa. Non-violence means non-violence in words, actions, deeds, everything. So my vote was naturally, no, we should not be offering non-vegetarian food. So if you're a Hindu, I would actually encourage you to take a vote and cast your vote and make your opinion heard as well. There's a lot of importance in that, in each individual saying what they feel is right. And that's what Swamiji is all about. He does honor, he does acknowledge each individual's opinion. I can just think of so many different moments where we were sitting in his courtyard for 2-3 years straight. We'd spend so much time sitting in his courtyard. We'd all pile in there and we would manifest powers. And the reason why he's so adamant on you manifesting powers isn't for you to it's not for siddhis and for you to develop ego. Powers is a way of developing integrity. Integrity follows powerfulness, he says. So that means if you want to do morning yoga every day, 5 a.m., but you keep collapsing and you wake up and you fall, you just can't get yourself there. The key to becoming integrated is becoming powerful first, saying, look, I can do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it happen. Then integrity follows that. And this ties back to what I said before, but what we do is we pick up guilt. I didn't do it again. I'm such a piece of shit. Like, why can't I do it? And we fall down and we pick up the wrong principle. We pick up the wrong tool. If we pick up powerfulness, that I can do this, that I'm Parama Shiva, I can manifest anything that I want, integrity then follows. And when you repeat this idea, this cognition, continuously chew on this thought current that I am Parama Shiva, I can manifest, I can do what I want, and you work on manifesting whatever it is that you want in your reality, whether it manifests or not, dropping and removing that from your life and just reestablishing again, I can manifest, I can do what I want. That is the very path. That is how you develop integrity. That is how you manifest Parama Shivatva, the divine within you. And if you don't agree with this, then you're just simply not Hindu. We believe that we are the divine, or that we're locked and encapsulated in this one physical body in the moment. But the unified field of consciousness, which science already knows is true, pervades all reality, including our own being. That is your true identity, that all pervasiveness. So the path that Swamiji has for his disciples is be powerful, manifest powers, manifest anything and everything that you want from the space that you are Parama Shiva, that you are the divine. Again and again, establish integrity. And along with his other tattvas of being responsible for everything within and outside of you in your life, continuously enriching, which is enriching yourself and others around you, and being authentic as much as possible throughout your life as well. That's what he is all about. And to live around him, to be in that space, is the ultimate training ground for you to manifest that. People think that the spiritual path should be rainbows and butterflies and really easy and meditate and really casual, but it's not that at all. If you look at any Olympic athlete, for instance, it is the effort that goes into becoming a gold medalist or even just an Olympian in general. Each and every moment of your day is structured around being an Olympian, being a gold medalist. And the smallest, minutest sort of training method or thoughts could separate you. 0.2 seconds could separate you from a gold medal to 5th place in some events. So with this understanding of that's the type of integrity it takes to be an Olympian, that's the type of integrity it takes to be enlightened as well. So that's a serious training. And it's not necessarily easy, but it has tremendous rewards as well. The reward itself is being in that environment. Like, just thinking about being there, I could not say a word for the next 30 minutes and just sit in pure gratitude. I won't do that though. To be a disciple of Bhagavan Nithyananda for so long and to be able to have been with him personally is beyond a blessing. And it's just something that I wish for so many others to experience in this life as well. And so maybe I'll just leave it there. I was planning on taking questions today. his training gives you a space. Living with him, being with him, has given me a space that I can tap into in any moment that I choose, to feel empowered, to feel blissful, to feel inspired and enrich others, and to melt in that space of gratitude to the divine, to Paramashiva. And I really do pray and wish for every being in humanity to have that same experience. It's beyond words. I'm gonna end the video here today. If you have questions, I would say maybe send them to me on Instagram, or I'll do a story on Instagram. Respond with your personal questions there, and I'll respond with an individual answer for each and every one of you. Many blessings to you all. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And as always, be blissful. Nithyananda. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paduka Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam.